everybody, it's Carrie with Seed to Spoon. So we've gotten quite a few questions from beginner gardeners and also more advanced gardeners too that just may not have heard of the term square foot gardening. And I thought I would just make a quick video just discussing about a little bit about where, what square foot gardening is, where it came from, why you should use it and all that. Square foot gardening was created by an engineer named Mel Bartholomew. So his book, Square Foot Gardening, was one of the first gardening books that we read whenever we started getting into garden many years ago. So it was that book that really got us started and going, and it is full of so much good information. So I highly recommend checking that book out if you haven't already. It is a great read and it's a great resource as well. So a lot of our information that we have in our free app regarding companion planting and then the numbers per square foot all come from this book. The idea behind square foot gardening is to be able to have as much space in the garden as possible, even if you don't have a lot of space. So if you have a really small backyard, or you're just growing on a deck or a patio, something like that, it helps you just to make the most out of your space and to be able to grow as much as possible. So in the app, whenever you see a section under each plant that says number per square, this is what we're talking about. So if you take just, I'm gonna use the seeding square to show you, just as a reference. So this is super handy too. We use this whenever we plant and we're doing square foot gardening. So if we are wanting to, we just take this square. If we're wanting to plant something that is, say, 16 per square foot, so something like carrots or some, you would just go through and you would put a seed in every one of these red holes, and so on and so forth. So this just helps make it a little bit easier visually when you are out there in the garden, knowing exactly how many per square foot instead of trying to guess oh, how many did I put over here? Because that's what we did before we found the seeding square, and it was a bit more challenging. We had to really plan ahead a lot, but this it makes it so much easier for us. Square foot gardening also utilizes a lot of vertical growing space. So as you'll see in our garden, we use a lot of trellises. We make a lot of really fun arch trellises that I really like out of cattle panels. That's one of my favorite ways to do it. But we do a lot of growing vertically, so that way we can take up as little space as possible, and we have the rest of the space of our yard for the kids, the animals, and all of that. I hope that helps explain it a little bit better. So in the app, whenever you see that number per square, this is what we're talking about, just a square foot, how many plants you can put into a square foot patch. So, and in the app also, you'll notice on the corner, there's a little question mark there. If you tap that, it'll have a little explanation there as well. And the same with all of the other features too. So if you ever have a question about something, feel free and ask. And if you have any other questions, or if you have further questions about square foot gardening, let me know, leave it in the comment section and I will look at it. Thank you so much for watching today. And please, if you have any other questions, let me know. If you haven't already, make sure you download our free app from Seed to Spoon. It's available in the iOS and Android store, and it'll help walk you through over 100 different fruits, vegetables, herbs. It'll talk about square foot gardening. And then there's also links to purchase items such as the seeding square. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.